And we're back with our coveted segment. Coveted segment.
Wow.
Which we call Sticky Situations for our new viewers. Hey.
Brought to you by the people them.
Brought to you by the messy ass people in XY Chronicles podcast Facebook group.
And y'all all know who y'all are.
The people them.
The people them.
You read this stuff and it be like cheese on bread.
How you manage to get yourself in these situations? Yeah. Alright, so first one is bun. That's what we call bun.
Bun. Not cheese.
Bun.
I've been dealing with a man since 2014. I have 2 kids by him, and we've been living together. We've been living with each other for a few years now. In late 2016, we were off and I had sex with another man. He obviously was hurt about it, but he was also fucking someone else.
That's the bun.
After breaking up again earlier this year, he developed a relationship with someone and has a new kid. But I'm confused at that part. Let's stick a pin in that. What can I do to help myself leave this relationship for good, but also still remaining cordial for our kids? If he got into a relationship earlier this year, so that means they immediately started fucking wrong. He got this girl pregnant within the first month.
That's what I was.
Because we're in December and it takes 9 months to have a baby.
She got an STD.
Yeah. Hold on. So I'm very confused. He's been dealing with this. Can I say this for the men? Because I know a lot of what men is watching this live probably ain't catch all of that. I know I ain't catch all of that, and I heard this like the first time I'm hearing it. just give me a little snippet again. 2014 they met. They had 2 kids together. 2016 she bun him, he bun she. Earlier this year, they broke up. He got with somebody, had a baby. He'd been dealing with this girl.
They don't say the ages of the kids.
Don't forget.
They don't say the ages of the kids.
She doesn't mention the ages of the kids.
Don't forget they live together.
Right.
Don't forget she didn't call him baby father, child father, nothing.
The man
I stayed with. I had 2 kids.
She said the man.
The man. Yeah, she said the man. Not my baby father.
She said
my kids. She checked out.
him downstairs.
Yes.
Yeah. It's not my baby father stepped out and
exactly.
got. Yeah, she said the man that I'm dealing with. That means that she's not claiming him as.
Yeah.
Shit.
I absolutely agree with that. So we are going to let our guests take first crack at telling her what she should do.
Yeah, he was fucking her while he got back together with her. Yep, he was. Yeah, he was.
Listen,
why am I not seeing the updated?
I don't play house. I don't do that. You know, we living together and we don't know what we are, what we doing.
Makes sense.
So once I heard that we living together, and she found time in 2016 to bun him and he bun she.
Shablooey.
Disrespect was right there.
That's it right there. That's it right there. But they got back together.
But this has been. Here's the thing.
Off and on by living together is not off and on. You live together by living.
But this is what I'm saying. She didn't say that they were. There's a lot of stuff missing in this, and that's why I hate.
That's always
when y'all submit. When you guys submit, I get it. I get it. It's just an email or just a DM or sometimes it's just a paragraph or whatever. If you really want us to tell you what we think you should do, you gotta equip us with the information. I am sick of trying to decipher, what does he mean by this? Were they living together in 2016? Or are they only living together when they're on, but when they're off, they're not living together? Because that's a completely different situation. You understand
sexual activity.
Basically, they burnt each other.
Don't say that. That means something different. No. Bunning mean, alright, you're horning.
Horning.
That means...
We're breaking down every dialect.
Exactly.
Wait, hold on. Y'all said STD was
no one said
I'm not listening to you.
She got an STD.
No.
He does not have an STD.
All right.
I'm assuming.
Exactly.
So the Trinity, you're horning.
Yes.
You're cheating. In American. You're drinking your bunner. You're bunning.
Yeah.
Who Bayesian? Anybody Bayesian?
Roswell.
The bun is a vagina, and then the cheese is
this man.
Because he's Haitian. There you go. That's what's going on.
Yo, you know in Creole, when somebody cheating, it's a terminology.
I don't speak.
He does not speak Creole.
Wait.
Exactly. They don't speak Creole.
Sapa na.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. hold on. Sean said, that's how you say her name? Sean,
yeah.
Said
Sharn.
he did nothing wrong.
Wait, Sharn,
if
that's your real
they
name?
were broken up and he got someone pregnant. She's saying he did nothing wrong.
That's a female.
Sean, the thing is,
Big up to you.
like Tash said, we don't know the parameters.
Double S's.
But my issue is, if you live together and you are doing that, the whole dynamic is fucked. Like,
yeah,
how you go on a break
different.
with 2 kids and you live together and you're bunning each other?
Wait. So at the time that they had the break, he wasn't out the house?
We don't know.
that.
That's why I said what time.
That's what I'm saying. We don't know. Y'all gotta give me more information than this.
So let's assume he was out the house because logic.
If he was honestly, to be completely honest, if he was out the house when y'all had that break, he did nothing wrong.
No.
That's why Sean said that he did nothing wrong.
Right,
we don't know that, so we can't say.
If he was still living in her house,
that's a whole different story.
But they got back together recently.
That's what I'm getting from this situation. Because she's asking to leave. Now she wants to leave again.
Yes, they were living together before with the 2 kids, and then they had the break.
Whether it's stupid or not, Adana is somebody's life. And they're coming to us for assistance.
The timeline goes 2014 to 2016, 2 kids. We know at least that.
Yeah.
Right.
And if you have 2 kids between 2014 and 2016, unless you have an Irish twins,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Y'all was dealing with each other at least.
It has to be young kids because it's 2019.
Yeah.
So
if 2016 when the bun happened, and they were off, they got back together recently.
I think they got back together before that. I think they broke up at the beginning of this year. And then they got back together like within the past.
I don't like this.
month.
Like she could have disclosed that information without us. Like
if you in the group right now, if you watching this, send Tasha update, please.
Like we need
y'all updates be shaky too. Like y'all,
they don't wait for emails.
Son,
chronologically.
Yeah, they put it in the group. This was me, and this is
It's supposed to be anonymous. It's supposed to be helping you.
Nah, they post the SS and go, "This was my SS."
Screenshot. And he said.
But
please don't do that.
Her concern is how does she leave the situation alone?
She don't want to leave.
No.
She don't want to. Bro, she don't want to leave.
She don't want to leave.
Because you was living.
Go ahead, exactly. Go ahead, bro. Hit the high note.
But I gotta go.
Oh my God, that was so awful.
It was pitchy. It's pitchy.
No, you ain't had no Johnny, bro. You drinking your punch, bro.
I like it. Go.
I don't wanna leave.
Your index finger gotta be behind you.
Wow. Listen, we are supposed to be providing.
No, Adana, yes, there's stuff that's left out. So we can't really give the advice that we want to give because
exactly. Which is why I am pleading. Yo, listen, I am going to, and I gotta take responsibility for some of this because with these messages, half the time I just copy and paste. But now I'm gonna start actually thoroughly reading these things, and if you are leaving out pivotal information, I'm either not going to post it, we're not gonna talk about it until you give all the information. Or if possible,
we'll make a list. What is needed within these posts?
It's different situations.
They could still put a time. They don't have to give out as much. Like, give us something where we could really be like, okay, at this time, at this point, a year, 2 years.
Because to me, my main thing is this. The first thing that I caught immediately when this came out was, you're not even going to say child father, not even baby father. The man.
Why is it sideways?
What is that, your butler? What is that, the young man?
Like,
the gardener?
Him downstairs.
The man, like literally, the man.
The man they on the 5th floor, or the man that come collect rent? That's who you bullet?
That man.
Like, what? Like, you gotta come on, son.
But that's what I'm saying. We don't know that, Adana, and that's key. That is key. Because if they were living in the same house together, either trying to work it out or whatever the case may be, and then he got into another relationship and had another kid, he wrong for that.
But I'll say this.
But if they weren't, but
if they've been on and off, because she said they've been on and off.
Right.
So it's multiple times. How many times you gonna move in and out, mama?
Yeah.
Who was moving in and out? Because whose spot is it? And how many times you gonna move in and out?
Yeah.
Because, bro,
there's a limit. There's a limit.
I tell you what, right now, if I'm out, I'm out. I'm not. There's no back and forth. And if it's back and forth, then that's problematic.
There has to be some, there has to be some talk.
Wait, can I ask something real quick though?
Yeah.
You gotta ask.
Why are you a sex symbol, China?
You know what? Shut up.
Jesus.
Shut up.
I was just curious.
You about to get excommunicated from fucking ex.
I was just curious.
So no, her fingers is typing so fast right now.
You just started something up that you got.
Lord
I was
have mercy.
just curious.
But yeah, the whole premise is all right. So we can look at it from we can give advice. We can give advice two ways. We can give advice from two different scenarios. That's the way we can do. If you guys were living together when he did whatever he did and had the baby on you or whatever, all right, he's wrong. Bye. That's it. Done.
That's it.
If you were not, and he moved out to whoever, however he was doing whatever, you admitted you were doing you, he was doing him, a baby happened to be created out of that situation, then he's not wrong. It's up to you whether you can deal with that situation from
Hold on. Sean said you can't be mad if y'all agree to separate / call it quits.
Yeah, of course.
And just
right. That's what, yeah.
She said, I don't see where her being upset is justified.
No, because she's saying he wants to be back.
Right. There's a difference between, okay, we're on a break, we're with different people, we're doing other...
What was the question? The question said, how do I leave the situation? She knows. She wants to leave the situation. So that means you're back in.
Yeah.
You're in.
That's what I'm saying. They're back together.
Okay, so hold on. So wait. You ain't want to leave any man ask you, yo, can I come back?
You ain't know when he said, yo, such and such is pregnant, you wanted to leave?
Hold on. You didn't want to leave when you was doing you in 2016?
So hold on, and then on top of that, you picked the wrong man to cheat with, because clearly, if you just hop back to the, you know what I'm saying? I mean,
yo, ladies, if you getting good ting and you going to cheat, you gotta go through like a flavor of love preliminary. You gotta because what I'm realizing, when a woman steps out of a situation and she's not getting the same thing she used to, she'll go right back to the situation.
That's not true. I tell you, that's not true, because
physically, emotionally, like
where my cup?
Like I'm saying, like physically, because she left in 2016, right? She did her thing, and so did he. But they back together, so was it good? Because
that don't mean the dick wasn't good. That means you weighed the pros and cons, and you said, all right, I want to go back for whatever my reasoning was.
What is her
that doesn't mean the dick wasn't good.
What is the reason?
I can't speak for her. I don't know.
He's saying, is the thing not better? It's not about being good, because if it matches, let's be honest, we would all go back to the family. Everybody would kind of sort of reduce the family.
Right, and that's why I think they keep going back to each other, because of the simple fact that, yeah, the relationship is toxic.
Okay, sis, what do you want?
But she wants to leave and co-parent with this man. That's what she. That's not hard to do. But if you know the stigma on co-parenting in the black community, they think it's not possible.
But if she was a co-parent, why are they back together?
No, she's trying to leave now.
But y'all was co-parenting.
Only reason why she's trying to leave is because he has a kid.
What is her question? What is the question?
Because if she wants to leave just because of the kid, that means
what can I do to help myself leave this relationship for good? But also still remaining cordial for our kids. So she wants to have a cordial breakup. You cannot keep fucking him.
Go to Home Depot
if you want to have a cordial breakup.
Like we gotta stop saying it's so obvious what you're supposed to be doing, because people don't think like that. So it's just like, stop fucking him.
But that's what I'm saying. Go to Home Depot. They have the big padlocks. You can buy them with the combination code, a key, and put a padlock on your jeans.
Nah, exactly. If you don't want to be with this man, stop fucking this man.
No,
it's very simple. Very simple.
Is she hurt by the child?
That goes back to the sex. The sex is so good.
The sex is so good.
How you gonna pee though?
Is she hurt?
How you gonna pee?
Oh,
you so stupid.
You through your jeans. So no. How these
get a slit.
Yeah, how these up?
Attached to your clitoris.
Only for me.
No man. No.
You pee through a tube.
No man fucking do it.
That's what a catheter.
You pee through your clitoris?
What? Wait, hold on.
What you been drinking?
Okay.
Fruit punch.
Nah, let's make
all right. So listen here.
I was just curious.
At no point does any member of this panel condone any of the fuckery that comes out of Taylor Elja's mouth. And no, you cannot pee through your clitoris.
I'm just asking that for you.
It is your.
We're not about to do this. We're not about to do this. We're not about to do this. No.
Gynecology.
Oh my God. That's all I'm gonna say.
No.
You do not do
This is labia majora?
Exactly. This is not.
They teach you that in high school. I know I failed it, but still.
I ain't take.
This is clitoral.
You ain't take shit. You do public school, boy. Oh my God. Okay, so we got Andrew's advice, we got my advice, we got Fox's advice. Did we get yours?
I'm still confused. Like,
That's why I separated it
Why
into
are
two.
you still fucking this man? Like, what is it? You feel some type of way? Do you feel like about
the tortilla long and curved? That's why. The hey, bend the corner. Well, no, it hit me and then it bend the corner and she ain't going nowhere. It's a hook.
It was a banana and eggplant, and the girl on Twitter was like, the banana better, and only some people know why. And I was like, damn, that's crazy.
Because of the curve, because of that hook, that little
the hook, and he keep drawing you back, and it's like Scorpion in Mortal Kombat.
Get
Come here.
So y'all think that she's saying because the tortilla got a curve?
It has to be. It has to be. Ain't no way a nigga having a baby on me, and I'm like, you know what, we can work this out.
And the thing is, the thing that stands out for me is the 2016 part where she said she did her and he did him. Mm-hmm. And back to
but she wasn't even mad about that. Like, she was like, I was fucking somebody, he was fucking somebody.
It was the cheating.
Right, it was the having the baby thing. That's why she wants to leave.
Hold on, comments, guys. The way that the question was stated, she's still fucking.
Clearly.
And they not together. They don't have a definite lines on their relationship, which is why it's been back and forth so long.
Who's that?
Adana.
Is
she
Pick up yourself.
Is she sure they have been together? Basically, is she sure that they're together?
Right.
Yeah, if you
she might. That's what I'm saying. She might be in a relationship, but he not.
Right.
And that's where resentment gets kicked in, because you're like, you know what? I want to make this work. I want to do this. I want to do that. And the other party is like, well, you want that. But right. I don't want. But I'm gonna continue to have the perks of this situation. You understand what I'm saying?
One more. Okay. Sean says the biggest mistake was calling it a break. It's either you sort your shit out or y'all break up for real. Nika says,
and you can't get mad at what the other person does.
Okay, so this is where Nika says, come on kids, y'all know it's hard when you have kids with a person.
I was gonna end off, hold on, no. I was gonna end off by saying this, and I wanted to end this by saying this. Yes, listen, we can be very strong-minded on this topic, or any topic for that matter. But let's be honest, every relationship, no matter if it's a situationship, relationship, marriage, engaged, we all have skeletons in the closet that keeps us there. We all have something that is something super private. That's super private, that ties us in. Now, us from the outside can say, hey girl, you're real fucking stupid, fix up. But clearly, you feel something tying you there. It could be the penis. It could be the kids. He could have an amazing job and be financing you. We don't know. But the point is, if you're gonna go strictly off of what you're giving us, the story that you're giving us,
we can only assume.
We can only assume.
Yeah.
Yo, you have to leave.
Right.
You have to leave.
You have to leave.
I don't want to leave.
Yeah, and the doctor said even though kids are involved, there still needs to be a line.
If you are not happy somewhere and you are staying, if you're not happy in a relationship and you are staying for the kids, that's the worst thing you could possibly do. You have to want to be there. You have to want. You have to want to be there.
Pick up yourself
for you and the other person, and you and the other person have to be on. It doesn't have to be the exact same page because people are different, but you have to be working towards the same goal. It cannot only be the kids, or they're gonna feel the resentment. It's going to end up horrible. Yes. And then you're going to scar these children for life. The children should not be the only reason why you're there. Cannot. You're gonna do them way more harm than good.
All right, we're gonna take one more in, and then we're gonna go on to the next one.
Yes.
Nika said, they mad.
It says,
Nika says, I feel once you start that break shit.
I don't back it up.
Guys. Nika said once you start that break shit in your relationship, you open it up to be an open relationship.
Right. That back door.
Press this.
That back door is always open.
You stupid. Keep your bag by the door.
Chantel says mistakes a lot of women make Hold on, y'all. Okay. Mistakes a lot of women make are allowing yourself to play a role that don't benefit you. Clearing this was a situation that became more once kids came into the picture. If that was his home, regardless of this break, he would have never made a child that is now being raised outside of his home.
Hold on. Stop. Who said that shit?
Y'all all need to wear condoms.
Oh God.
Hold on. Because y'all was both having sex. She could have had a kid.
Chantel, let me say something as a man.
I don't even see it.
And one thing I realized. Once you on the Raw Express, you can't get off and go local. So if you because I'm gonna tell you something. If you already raw one, that next chick, you're already used to it. And it's something that men have to get over.
But it's hard.
Wait, so you're saying a man can't go from having raw sex to one female and having condom sex with another female?
What
That's
I'm saying
impossible?
is the difficulty.
Nah, but once you hit the raw though, you like,
right.
Damn.
I'm listening to what you're saying.
The men gotta talk.
Right.
Exactly. No, that's why I keep asking, because I want it to be clear.
Yeah.
The difficulty.
Jacket is off.
Is it difficult or is it impossible?
I say it's impossible.
I know it's impossible. It's difficult because it's a certain feeling, right? Now when you put the jacket on,
and the jacket comes with a smell.
You missed the raw.
I got it for Febreze.
Bro, hold on. When you hitting the whole, because they've been together for years, right? You hitting raw. You on the 4 train express for boom.
Wow.
You don't want to get up to the 3. You don't want to get up to the 4 and go to 3 local.
Nobody wants to go to the 4.
Nobody want to go local.
When you hit the local, bro.
What you want to do and what you are doing are two completely different things.
What you should be doing, what you ought to be doing.
But anybody can say. We can say that for any
situation.
Right.
But raw, we all know. Let's be adults.
Yeah.
Raw sex is the best sex. We know that. Let's not bullshit because for the sake of bullshit. I understand STDs and pregnancies and all that stuff. Yes. But when you in that moment.
Right, Nika. Niggas.
No, niggas. No, because girls, y'all sit there.
Imagine someone told you wear a female condom every time you had.
One at a time.
Let me ask you a real question. I've never in my life, and y'all can answer this. Y'all ever carried a female dental dam in y'all fucking purses?
No.
Never.
No. Never. I pull up that little piece of Fruit Loop plastic.
Never.
Say, babe, I want to be safe and put this.
Y'all never.
You look at me like.
Y'all didn't even know what a dental dam was until y'all went to high school and to sex ed. Get that shit out of here. So y'all signed up for it the same way.
Let's be
same fucking way.
All right, we got more comments because obviously y'all got these women mad. She's asking. Oh, Sean is asking how to leave while still being cordial. It sounds like she's upset of the breakup resulted in him bringing home a kid, so she's the only one feeling the way. He must want to work it out, and she doesn't since she's asking how to leave.
Yeah.
Right, because
that means he wants to be there, she doesn't.
Because she could take the bun, obviously.
Yeah,
because
she can't take the baby.
That's hard.
No.
Jesus Christ.
But you know what's harder? You know what's harder? She did the bun and he felt the way.
Right.
But they both was bunning each other.
It's not, can we agree it's not the same?
It's not the same.
It's not the same.
That's not.
Wait, hold on.
We're not saying this right. We're not saying this right.
When we have these conversations, these dialogue, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking from real perspectives. I can cheat 20 times. A girl cheat once. My heart is split
some type of
20. Let's not pretend.
It takes more to take penis.
Hey, Shy.
You know what I mean? Let's not pretend.
I can slip in on some badge real quick.
Right.
Bro, let me
China says don't make it seem like only males like raw sex.
That's my point.
That's how China said.
China. Thank you. Big up yourself.
Wait. Why are you a sex symbol?
Bro.
Shut up.
Yo.
That's not. No. Let me tell you something. I could only speak for me personally. Raw sex is amazing if you're having it for a long period of time. Right. To go back to condom sex, yes, it is hard, but I value my life more than I value pleasure.
And we're not disagreeing.
But the condom has to go on in order for you to go with me.
No, but
you're not my.
You're not wearing the condom though. It's a difference.
But it still feels different. No, you think women don't feel the difference?
No, I understand.
Condom sex and raw sex.
But you think that dude don't feel the difference?
No natural
Imagine the dude, you can get softer faster.
Boy,
it smells.
No, I'm not saying it's equal. It's not equal because we're, like you said, we're receiving it. So it literally feels like, all right, you're putting on. for women, y'all understand where I'm coming from.
Y'all getting these women mad.
Like if the doctor is doing a procedure on you and the doctor has a glove on when they doing it, as opposed to when the doctor has their raw hand and doing a procedure, you feel the difference, but you still feel it.
Y'all not slipping on no latex gloves to finger yourselves.
That's what I'm saying.
Imagine someone tell you wear female condoms every time.
Hold
Y'all not putting condoms
on.
on sex toys even though your sex.
Wait, hold on.
Chantal says just because we handle heartbreak better, that makes it okay for y'all to cheat.
We're not saying. Nobody's saying that. Nobody's saying that. Nobody's saying that. What?
No, just go on. Just go.
Tell me I'm wrong. And it's the age-old saying. It's the age-old saying. Men go bull and go about their business. Women, it is an emotional attachment that you wanted to do this. You really wanted to do this. You wanted more than this sometimes. Sometimes, not all the time. But y'all are seeking more sometimes, or the majority of times when y'all go.
Y'all don't cheat to get a nut.
That's a
y'all. It's more layers to y'all cheat.
And we're speaking of majority, not absolute. We're speaking of majority,
unless your man not giving you a nut. Y'all don't cheat.
We're speaking in majority.
There's some women that literally will cheat just to get their nut because their man is giving them.
Hold on. Can I ask you something? Let me tell you something. I don't know about men. I mean, I do know about men, but I don't know about women. Men, typically, we cheat, right? And then when you come home, you just hug up your girl.
Yes.
And love she up like you ain't never loved her before.
Right.
I don't know if women do the same.
Because it's called post-nut clarity. That's a real thing.
What? Explain.
All right, Andrew, I'm glad you're here today.
Yo, post-nut clarity.
You're welcome back anytime.
Real thing.
Okay, what is post-nut clarity?
So for men, right? And I'm gonna speak on my own shit because I'm not afraid to speak on nothing. When you get your shorty, whatever, say you and your shorty not acting, you're not, getting along properly, right? You're not clicking. And a next chick is giving you vibes. And that vibe is they say, yo, come and bury your...
Michael, why you out? I think you need to hear this. Why you out?
And most of my dudes, if the real niggas gonna be real with this, you back your fists, you're not, and you say, it's not worth it. It's not worth it.
It's not worth it. As the nut come out, it's like watching porn. What happens? Why the fuck am I watching this? You can take it off.
Right.
Nah, I usually just watch it and continue watching.
You're a psychopath. You're a psychopath. Ain't no way. No, literally, I'm immediately disgusted with the porn.
Right.
You're not watching the right stuff then.
No. That's the clarity. Listen,
you're not watching.
You're no longer horny, so you no longer need this.
So a lot of us. So
it depends how good the visuals are. They say you got.
You're a psychopath.
If nothing on YouTube that day.
Once you cross that line with a woman that's not yours, and you nut, you're like, damn, I got this good woman at home, all this stuff. Why the fuck did I do that? Why am I a slave to my impulse?
Right. So then you forget all of that the next month when you go do it again.
Because
I'm very good.
Maybe with the next girl you won't get that feeling. Maybe you'll be like, oh wow,
how we got there.
That was worth it.
We get there when you say you're not on the same page with your woman.
That's not always the case while men cheat.
Hold on.
We're talking majority.
Okay.
When you're not on the same page with your woman, and maybe or you're not on the same thing for whatever reason, but you're still turned on. Your natural instinct to do whatever you want. We could argue, and I want you. You're like, I don't want you. I'm disgusted by you. But I want you. If the argument turned me on, you may not be turned by the argument. All right, cool. The chick, the opportunist chick, you and your girl, blah, blah, blah. They waiting in the wing. So it's either you back your fist or you put it down. Mm-hmm. You put it down, you feel bad. Like G said, you go back, you love you, when we hug up your woman, whatever the case may be. It's not because we're proud of what we did and we feel like we got away with something. We're realizing after all that blood started rushing to your member, to your brain, like, I fucked up.
That then leads to the question that I asked in the group a couple of weeks ago. How many times is your woman allowed to let you cheat?
It goes to that what she just said. Sean says, what the fuck, why the fuck guys do that shit? Yet his girl will cheat one time and he's heartbroken.
And it's the end of the world. How could you do this?
Because it's more.
How could you do this?
Because it's more.
But I done took bun 13 times, I bun you. And you like,
because what happens is,
damn, how you don't do it? How you did this 13
Hold on. Because when the man,
double standards.
when the man,
double standards.
I'll answer when the man
We're
bun.
not proud of it. We're not saying this to be proud of it.
But when the man bun, we come home and we love up the family, love up your girl. We come back to something. We try to build. We try to hold on. We try to build something positive.
That makes it okay.
Hold on. No. We're not saying that. We're not making it okay. But give you a reason. When the women do it,
You probably have to plan out.
hold on. No, T, hold on.
Because it takes a lot for a woman to get there. Yes, I agree.
But hear what? When the women do it, they come back all of a sudden. Yo, fuck you and your dinner. Fuck you and I'm not doing this. I'm not doing. It's y'all so much invested into it. It comes more.
Y'all will take bad sex. XY Chronicles. I've been having bad sex for 6 months, but a new nigga come around want to cheat, but I still love my man. How would I do this? Y'all will take bad sex for 6 months.
Niggas ain't taking bad sex.
We're not taking bad sex for 6 weeks.
I'm not taking bad sex the first time. The first time.
We're not taking bad sex.
Come on now.
So it's like
I agree with that. That caveat, I agree with. Women will definitely, because women will be like, all right, I could train him to fuck me like this, to eat me out like this, to flick his tongue this way. Like I could train him to do this. Women will put in more time than a man would in a sexual situation.
Exactly.
China says if you find out a woman cheat, it's because we want y'all to find out.
Yes, because y'all are the best at cheating.
Yes.
If a woman gets caught, it's because she wanted you to find out.
Right.
She wanted you to find out about
So then if you wanted us to find out, you wanted to nuke the relationship.
That's not true either.
That is very true.
That's not true.
What do? Let me ask you a question.
Exactly.
Is it back?
Thank you, Andrew.
But it is
Andrew's doing good tonight.
Hold on.
You can come back any fucking time. It's a retaliation.
But let's be real.
Women don't cheat first.
Hold on, Andrew. You a real nigga. Let's be real. Your woman cheat. How serious? How is that not nuclear?
Of course. Because you know why? Let me tell you exactly why. At a certain point in time where a woman tell you what she won't do, and it's like, yo, you don't swallow, you don't do this, but then she does it for you. And it makes you feel like you special. Make you feel like you on top of the world. Niggas is nasty, period. We do shit off rip. Eat ass, suck toes, whatever.
Majority.
No question. Majority.
Just
nasty. Women will tell you, there's a dude she dated for 5 years and she never swallowed his nut. But she
Everybody's different. Everybody brings out the
and she'll
different.
swallow you first week, and you in your head, yo, I must be the shit, bro. I must be the fucking king, because she swallowed mine. She's not gonna swallow yours, nigga. She swallowed mine. All right. So now you cheat. First thing a nigga asks, now you fuck, you suck this dick? Come on, let's talk about it. Let's talk. You suck this dick?
That's bull. And let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a real question. Is there a difference between you just bull and you didn't suck dick and you did suck dick and bull? Is there a vast fucking difference?
It's a vast
big fucking difference.
You sucked his dick after you told me.
Have y'all heard Fab's mixtape?
Yeah.
There's a song on there. It's a mixtape.
Go for the summer.
Have y'all heard Insecurities? At the end of the track, there's a monologue.
The nigga said
with two people, which is so real, and so many people have had this conversation. The first thing he said was, "Alright, you fucked the nigga? Yeah, I fucked the nigga. Look how many people you fucked, blah blah blah." She's going back and forth. She's saying you cheated on me or whatever. I cheated on you back. First question he asked was, "Did you suck his dick?" That was the first question he asked.
Alright, hold on.
It's a difference.
China says y'all fucked up enough, and we let y'all think y'all can just do that.
Right.
But when we let y'all find out to let you know we can do it and better, look at Fab and Emily. She went on one date. Fab
and now he posted her crazy and I love you and get this and get that and da 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 da. Why you just can't be the man that you supposed to be without us having to step out to show you that we still desirable by other men?
Because my voice is gone on that.
Let me tell you something about where men disconnect. We're used to routine. You get up, you go to work, whatever, everything's set.
Okay.
You go to your job, what your boss expects of you. You do what your boss expects, right? There's no in between. You don't have to do nothing extra. Unless you're trying to get promotion. You're trying to get promotion, what they call you, a kiss ass.
Yeah.
Suck up, whatever, right? You're doing something for your girl. You doing extra, you're going hard, what they call you, soft, weak, punk, right?
Or you do it so much that it becomes, like I said, if everybody's a Superman, then nobody's super.
Right. So now that mentality where men fall off with their women. Yo, the compliments no more. How many of y'all have work husbands?
Oh.
What's a work husband? Just a nigga just doing shit
your man not doing. Yep,
that's all it is. And this is commonplace because a lot of women feel they feel a resent. Yo, I don't get this no more. I don't get flowers no more. He was this person when he began. We feel we got you, we good. We good.
You stop
Not saying that it's right.
Not saying it's right.
Not saying that it's right.
Because the psychology and the dichotomy of it is simply saying this. I encourage women to make their man feel a type of way if they want to see what type of nigga he is. You can't just like, all right, cool.
Accept it.
Yo, I accept it. No, you might get dressed and go out one night and come back 4 o'clock in the morning. Do that shit. Come back 4 o'clock in the morning. Go out, get bad and leave. I'm going with my girlfriends, whatever. Come back. He gonna be sick. Next day breakfast and all that stuff. He gonna be sick. Sometimes you gotta push the envelope. Don't do it every nigga. Some niggas are crazy.
Some niggas are good. Yeah, I'm about to say you gotta know. You gotta know what nigga.
Right. Nigga might be next to you in the club, like
stop getting fucking comfortable. That is the thing. Stop getting fucking comfortable.
We all get comfortable, but we all get comfortable different ways.
It goes both ways. It goes men and women. Unfortunately for women, it comes with childbirth. It comes with that 2 year because you got the 1 year of pregnancy, then you have the 1 year of recovery.
Right.
And with that, it's like, all right, I don't know. Certain men might not look at you as attractive or the same attraction while you're pregnant because guess what? Your body changes.
Your hormones change.
Your body changes.
The routine changes.
Everything changes. And men
how is that even right? Like,
nobody's saying this right.
We're not right or wrong.
But I'll put it like this. If you had a man, right, and he's a big beer drinker, right, over the years, 2 years now, he grows a big fucking beer belly. You was attracted to him. He was a nigga, right? He was, he went to the gym, brolic, Now all of a sudden, he got a beer belly. You're not gonna have the same attraction. You gotta climb a mountain.
Well, we gonna work on that belly. Why we got?
But that's how women think. Women are like, all right, we can work on this together. Right? Men aren't. Men are going to look for an escape from their reality.
The thing is, look how long term that fix happens. Men's mentality is so short term. Right. So if you don't fix up in 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, how fucking long we gonna
go with this? Look at porn. You step in a situation, I'm the pizza man, and you get your dick sucked. That's not reality.
It's not.
But that's what they sell to us. They market as fancy. Look at strippers.
So y'all cheat because of porn?
No. Nobody said that.
We're asking
what? Is it?
I'm trying to get clarity.
Is it being out of reality? Is it an escape?
Our market is instant gratification. Your market is longevity.
Two different mental capacities.
So when they market, even if you look at advertising, how they market to men compared to how they market to women, everything is longevity. Even look at the Jared commercials, the diamonds and stuff.
Forever, yeah.
Every kiss begins with K.
Right. Everything is long. For us, what is it like? What's that?
Hold on, let me ask you a question. When you plan a vacation, right? You be like, yo, I got bread, I can go right now.
Right.
Versus a woman where it's like, yo, 6 months in advance. Nigga, who the fuck is planning for that shit? I don't got time for that shit.
You see, y'all getting these women mad.
Oh no,
we're saying we're saying the truth.
No, but
and y'all don't want to hear it.
It's right now. It's going back to the whole thing with being pregnant and going through your pregnancy.
I'm not again.
It's like
I'm carrying your child, and you like, yo, I'm not attracted to the fact that your body changed. My body is changing because I'm bringing life into this world.
We're not saying that's right. We're not saying that's right. Nobody's saying that is right. But the truth be told is this. Hold on. The truth be told is this. Why did you walk up to that person, or why did you accept that person talking to you? Because you was physically attracted at first. Before you said a word. Physical attraction is the first reason why you speak to somebody. Okay. The first reason why you speak to somebody. You ain't speaking to no ugly ass regular random nigga on the train. If his eyes is twitching, you're not speaking to him. You're attracted to him. When you lose the attraction is the first and main thing. You lose the attraction.
Sean just said something. Yeah. Sean just said something. Women are willing to make things work. Fix shit. Put in the hard yards to elevate both.
Yes.
And that is where the major disconnect is.
And that's what we need to stop.
If a man is not getting gratification in that moment, they will look to someone else for that instant gratification, while we will be like, you know what? No, I'm going to put in the work.
Yes.
I want my family.
Let me give him a little bit of time to fix it. Let's see what we can do.
We get too many chances.
We need to stop.
What me and G are trying to say, if y'all listen to what we're saying, we're not saying it's right. We're saying this is the reality of the situation.
This is the train of thought.
We're not saying that. Well, we're not.
It's not gonna stop unless we stop.
I'm not right. I'm not saying he's right. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm saying this is the reality. I'm saying I'm guilty of it too. I don't have any kids, so I can't say anything about
the kids is
right. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I can say from experience, the dudes I know, dudes who are married, dudes who have kids.
Yourself.
Myself, even when a chick, maybe she gained some weight, she get lazy because she's comfortable, I can say, damn man, she fell off. And I should be motivating her, but I have to figure out how to say it without offending her. You know how hard it is?
Let's go.
No. You know how hard it is to tell a woman that you want her to change something about her offending her.
I can get that. Oh, women are emotional creatures.
Right.
Yeah.
You must be following. Oh, let me go on your Instagram and see the bitches that you liking.
Y'all never got that.
That's the part.
Scanning your Instagram.
But we're not saying all. But we're saying some do. Majority do. They want to see what we're into. They always say, "Oh, that's the type of girl you like." When a chick walk by and you don't say it first, and we say something, or we get a little glance, "Oh, that's the type of girl you like," or "You like that chick," whatever the case may be. That's the insecurity speaking. That's what it is. But how can we approach women and say, "You fell off" in a nice way? Because if I'm in the gym 24/7,
you can't say it in a nice way.
Exactly.
So how would it be? How? For example, you went through your pregnancy, you gave birth. For 6 months after, and obviously you got a little left over. How is that conversation going to work without you feeling the type of way?
We're going to work on it. I knew how your body was before, and I know what goes on after the pregnancy. I know this is not you, but we're going to work on it together.
That's okay. That's a good foundation on the
you
start.
ask her if she's comfortable with her new body.
But if
how about you have that conversation? Yo, babe, if you hear her complaining, damn, I gotta lose this fupa, or I gotta do this, that, and the third. All right, babe, so what we gonna do about it? That's it. She brings it to you. You're not bringing it to her.
It makes it so simplistic.
You simplify it, but
simplify it.
So simple.
Y'all cry over that immediately.
But that's what I'm saying. If you know I feel like this about my body, you know I'm not comfortable with this about my body. Why aren't you solution oriented?
How many women date fitness niggas? Niggas always work out in the gym, always working out. How many women date dudes who are health conscious, fitness, right? And they're not health conscious and fitness like into that the way the men are. And this dude constantly going to the gym, working out and stuff like that. Women hit on him, they like him, whatever the case may be. How many women date a dude like that and are comfortable to be on that same level with him as far as working out and health and lifestyle? Because if you're not evenly yoked, if you don't do the same things, it's going to be difficult. You know what I mean? So what I'm saying is, what G's saying is, we're saying we acknowledge our faults. We acknowledge our fuck ups. Awesome. We're asking our women, how do we approach you in a way where we're sensitive, and it's not to say, like, I don't want to look at my woman and say, yo, 2 years ago, if you walked in the kitchen, I'd be on you.
Bad.
Ever since the kid, I just look at you in this. I can't say that.
I'm not gonna say I look at you in disgust. But what I'm gonna say is that's harsh. I'm not gonna say like when you make breakfast when you make breakfast in your when you make breakfast in your panties and bra before the kids.
Before the kids, it was on. The breakfast burning.
And we fucking. By the thing.
We are back with our second SS of the day, which is going to tie into our topic of the day. We've hit so many different topics. Yeah. Everybody in the Facebook group has seen all the behind the scenes madness that goes on. And we had some really good dialogue. Really good dialogue. So the second SS is, here's my situation. I've fallen out of love with my girl. She's a great woman in the sense of, I guess, catering to me. She'd do anything for me, but I'm not attracted to her anymore, and it bothers me that she'd do for me, but not for herself. We touched on this. I've tried to push her and support her passion, but she focuses more on making sure I'm good and not enough on herself. I know this might sound weird to some, but a confident woman is sexy to me, and she's lost that part of her. I love her, but I'm not in love anymore. I don't know if I should stay and try or just let it go. I'm gonna touch on this first. You're checked out, and you're looking for any inkling reason to try and see if you could work something out because you don't like change. And you're afraid of change, and you're afraid that the woman that you get after this woman is not going to do what you're accustomed to getting, and you don't know how to separate from that. And you also don't know if the next woman that you're gonna get could turn out to be a dirtbag slow or whatever, and you left this good woman that has her flaws but isn't making you feel the same emotions, feelings as you once felt for her. You're doing her a disservice by staying with this woman, because she can go find a man that's going to appreciate and find a man that's going to try and elevate her and what she wants and her dreams and her goals and everything that comes along with it. Yes, she fell into the trap of, hey, I'm going to focus on this man because if he feels that he is my main everything, that's going to make him love me more. That's going to make him love me harder. And that's a bad bad way to be in a relationship. Horrible fucking way to be in a relationship. If you don't focus on you first, if you don't put you first, you can't take care of everybody else around you. And I learned that in Dirty Dude too. You have to make sure you're good, you're centered, before you try to take care of the people around you. I've fallen into this trap for years. I focused on everybody else and I forgot about me. Completely forgot about me. Like what I wanted, what I needed didn't matter. It took important and very, very severe life changes for me to boss up again, for me to get back to the person that I was many moons ago, for me to focus on business, for me to focus on my career, for me to focus on getting my body together. I lost 30 pounds. Like it really took a traumatic, I would say, incident to make me get out of, stop putting everybody else before you. Because you can't take care of them if you're not right.
G?
You rolled your hand.
Yeah, I was raising my hand because at first, the way that you started the comment was that he should let her go be free, right? But then we just had the conversation where you want men to play the longevity game. And this seems like the man playing the longevity game. And the first thing that you mentioned was setting the man for free. So then it begs the question, what do you want? Do you want?
I'm based on what he asked.
Hold on. Right. But if he's playing the longevity game, because let's be honest, every man's going to go through that kind of thought process at some point in time. Right? Through a long relationship. We mentioned how y'all want the men to play the longevity game. You want them to think more like you. You want them to encourage. But when he said he's doing all that, the thing that came out of your mouth was, okay, let her go. Because you're comfortable. Hold on. You said let her go because she's comfortable. That's completely opposite from what you just said.
No, that's not what I said. I didn't say let her go because she's comfortable.
No, I said you said let her go because you said let her go. You said you're not going anywhere because you're comfortable. The man is comfortable. And you're scared that if you go to another woman, you might not get that same type of thing. But in the same breath, in the last SS, you're saying you want the man to play the longevity game even if we're going through a rough patch.
So I'm going to read it again because I don't think that we're having the same conversation.
I think we are having the same conversation.
He just said, plain and simple, I fell out of love with my girl. Not we hit a rough patch. Not I'm trying to see. Hold on. Falling out of love and a rough patch are two completely separate things. Those are two completely separate things. Because a rough patch is, I still love her, and these are the things that I still love about her, but I don't know. No, he did not. I fell out of love. I'm reading it for what it is. I fell out of love.
And not because...
That's the first line.
Not because she was being... it looked like you wanted to jump in. You want to say something?
No, I was going to take hookah from you.
Y'all
can talk. Don't talk it out. I'm going to smoke it out.
and well, what I'm getting is because this is something that I can relate to. And it's not that, whatever the situation is going on right now, this is not the person I fell in love with. Right? Hold on. This is not the person I fell in love with. But if I took that ideology of, because now I fell out of love with you, now it's time to move on, then we're not playing the longevity game. Why not regain that back? Right? The same way you just said the last segment. So now what I'm saying to you is the fact that the first thing you said was let her go free is completely
opposite. Not the same as
it is the same. It is the same. Not the same. Sorry, let me say similar. It's very similar.
The example that was brought up in the last segment was, hey, I am not as attracted to my girl as I was. Not I fell out of love with her. I was not as attracted. So we had the conversation based around the fact that you still love her. You still love your relationship. You want your relationship to work, but you want her to put more effort into
you don't think you're
getting back.
You're not getting the same vibe?
No, I'm not. Because the first line you said was, I fell out of love with this woman.
And then why? What was the reason? Go down to the reasons. If he didn't want to snap back, he would have never submitted the SS. He wants to go back. He wants to be part of it.
What does the rest?
Read it again.
I get. That's what I'm saying. I feel like we're having two different conversations.
I'm gonna chime in.
Okay. I've fallen out of love with my girl. She is a great woman in the sense of, I guess, catering to me. So that's his caveat. She'd do anything for me, but I'm not attracted to her anymore, and it bothers me that she would do for me, but not for herself. I've tried to push her and support her passion. We don't know what that means. We don't know if his push and her push are two separate things. but she focuses more on making sure that I'm good and not enough on herself. I know this might sound weird to some, but a confident woman is sexy to me, and she has lost that part of her. I love her, but I'm not in love anymore. He said it twice.
Okay, so
I don't know if I should stay or try. No, he's saying that a confident woman is sexy.
Yeah,
what attracted him to? What attracted him
Okay.
to? We're taking this is another SS that's not detailed.
We're paraphrasing a little bit.
Right. This is another SS that needs more clarity. But he's saying, I fell out of love with her. This he said it twice in the same paragraph.
Because she's not the person who she was before.
Exactly.
But that doesn't mean you leave. That's what I'm trying to say. Based off of what y'all said, that doesn't mean you leave.
The scenarios are different. You're saying
yes, every scenario is different between every.
So that's why we're gonna have different reactions to different scenarios.
But what I'm saying, but then again, you can't foundationally say, because this is a foundational conversation, because we're not living in their environment. We don't know really what's going on. We just have a little snippet of what's going on.
To get it together with this.
Yes, we do need more information. But what I'm saying today, here's how I approach it as a man. You can tell me if I'm wrong. If I didn't give a fuck and I wanted to leave, my nigga, why would I fucking put an SS in?
True.
Obviously, you want an SS because you want a recommendation and you want to
just be comfortable and don't want to lose that.
If you're comfortable, I'm not putting it. If I'm comfortable, I'm not putting in an SS.
I don't think it's comfortable. I think
he wouldn't put in an SS. Am I wrong?
I've lived this scenario.
Nigga, come on.
Not as the man falling out, as the woman falling out with me. So I'm going to speak from personal experience.
Okay.
And this is what I was told.
Why you talking about that? Sorry. Yeah. No.
You know what
I'm saying? Two puff and a pie. I don't pass in there.
In the situation that I lived, I had.
So you drinking Johnny Nama?
I left. I had a good, what people will say, a good job, right? I left a good job to pursue my passion. The person I was with, although they respected it, because of what I wanted for us, she felt like it was a roller coaster. I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing this, right?
What is it?
When I left the job, I got another job, and then I got another job. When I left the last job I had to pursue my passion, right? She fell out of love with me. She didn't tell me she fell out of love with me until the very end.
No romance without finance.
Right. So it wasn't for the lack of passion that I had. She felt like I should have focused on myself. And a part of focus on myself and not worry about her was making sure I was good. And then everything else would have fell into place. Her issue was, it was up and down, back and forth. So I understand what he's saying. She's too concerned about him and where he's at. He's fine where he's at. I don't need your assistance. I need you to be fine where you're at. I need you to build on you. Because he said I support her passion.
That's what I was about to say. We don't know what that means. Because his level of support may not be the level of support that she needs. So we don't know. His support may be like, yo, babe, if you do clothes or whatever the case may be, it might be, yo, I saw a Pinterest page. Nah, I don't need that. I need you. I need this. You get what I'm saying?
We could all agree. A normal nigga ain't doing that. A normal nigga not doing that.
Not supporting his girl?
Let's be honest. A normal nigga ain't doing that. Number one. Number two.
That's not necessary.
Yeah, that's not true.
What I mean by that is, you see how you took support and you already went to the lowest amount of support as your first example?
You did. The lowest amount.
You went to the lowest amount of support.
Right, but that's what I'm saying, because there's no example.
Wait. What he's saying is, he's saying that the first thing you chimed in on was the basic, the Pinterest. You didn't chime in on maybe he's going further than the Pinterest. He may be bringing her opportunities, and she's not taking them because she's more concerned about what he's doing.
And you have to give him the benefit of the doubt because let's be honest, what nigga you knows goes to outside? Remember, outside help. We had a post where I posted. It was like, who do men go to talk about things, right?
Right.
The first thing we said was, you can't talk to your male friends because they're gonna give you wrong information. You can't talk to a female friend because if you feed the female friend too much information, then she feels like she has the right to come in and chime into to your girl and tell your girl how the relationship goes. Who the hell are we gonna go to?
Right.
Who the hell am I gonna speak to? The man is given an SS because he's emotionally invested. He wants it to work. And where my frustration is, again, I'm not looking for a one answer fits all. But the first thing that was said was, let her go. You're too comfortable. Move on. That's confusing because just 20 minutes ago, that's not what you were saying.
Y'all was looking for separate scenarios.
But what I'm saying is, this man is actually looking for help. It's a man looking for assistance, and you're telling him, "Hey, don't try with your woman. Don't try to get her because he's trying. Clearly, this is trying. And if you don't
let her go and let her find her happiness elsewhere."
No, what I said was, if you are out of love with this woman, do not have her 100% invested in you, 100% making sure that you're straight, and in your head, you are out, you are checked out. That's what I'm saying.
Hold on, I'll answer that. No, but let me answer that, because this is something that happened to me. Just because you're out of love does not mean you don't have love for this person. Does not also mean that you're checked out. Yes, you might have one foot in, one foot out, but that doesn't mean you're completely checked out, because checked out to me is you don't give a damn.
When the person I was with said they were out of love with me, but we were still, in my position, we were in a loving relationship. We actually were fine. I thought we were fine.
Right. It's
when she said the turning point it wasn't the incident. It was 8 months before. Yeah. So she already said. So I asked her. I said, "Why did you stay?"
Oh shit! Wait, we gotta read the response.
I said, "Why did you stay?" She said she stayed because she hoped that it would turn and be better.
Playing the long game.
So what he's saying, what the man is saying.
But you asked that for men. You just asked that for men.
What the man is saying, and I'm just speaking from, I'm playing devil's advocate, and I'm also speaking from experience. What he's basically saying, I'm not done. I'm not completely done. I fell out of love with her. He's establishing, look, we were in love. I fell out of love. I love her, but I'm not where I was with her at this certain point in time. He's asking for not an olive branch, but a way to say, how can I recapture that feeling
without making her feel a type of way? Because
without making feeling inadequate.
Felicia just said something that's very important. Sounds like he might be afraid of letting her down because it sounds like she's a good person.
Right.
But she has to be careful. It sounds like she's focusing more on him because she really wants to keep him and think that helps. I think they both sound like good people, but something went wrong somewhere.
Right.
And Adana said she has to appreciate herself first, and I absolutely agree with that.
But yeah,
absolutely,
we all agree with that statement. But here's my thing: how does he bring that conversation to her? Because we just had that just now, where there's certain conversations we bring up, and the initial reaction is what? You get upset. You get defensive. You argue.
So remember, we were talking about the whole thing. Well, y'all didn't get that portion because the battery died. But we were talking about how do you approach your significant other in a way where they don't feel like they're being attacked.
Sensitive topics like weight loss after childbirth.
Right.
This is another.
But how do you? Okay, so let's ask this question: how do you tell your significant other without offending them?
Worry about yourself.
Hey, worry about yourself. Don't worry about me. Because a relationship women are naturally, good women are naturally nurturing. I want to make sure you're straight. I'm going to cook your meal. I'm going to make sure your suit is ironed. I'm going to make sure things are taken care of because that's what I feel my role is as a woman. But that doesn't mean I don't take care of me. That doesn't mean I don't look after me. Being able to have that balance is important.
That's something that a woman has to answer because that's. Let's be honest. Can you speak from experience?
I can give, and that's where I'm coming from. So I can give that experience. I can give that because I was that woman. I was that woman that literally was like, I don't give a fuck about nothing else but my family. I did get comfortable. I did let things that were important to me fall by the wayside, especially having a second child. I did get encompassed in family where I kind of not forgot my goals, but I put them on the back burner. And then I realized that that's not mentally healthy for me because then I feel some sort of resentment towards the people that I love. I have to put me first, and that doesn't mean I don't care about them. That means I'm focused on getting me straight. I'm focused on my mental stability. I'm focused on my success to benefit my family. I can still be Mamiana, I can still be wife, girl, whatever the case may be, and still put myself first. Not all women understand that, but you have to now have that conversation with your woman if you're feeling that way and say, hey,
hold on. 2 questions on
focus on you.
2 questions on that. Number one, how Because let's all agree, when you bring up something that's sensitive to a woman, the first thing they do is give you the laundry list. This is what I do. I take care of your kids. I cook you food. I do this, and how dare you approach me with that? That's the first thing. The second thing is, how long did it take you from the start of that to now where you have this different mindset? That was a long motherfucking time.
Right. Because my thing, so when I said, so I'm gonna speak from the perspective of the woman, because in this scenario, I am the woman in that position, right? When she told me months later that she fell out of love with me months prior, I was like, so what are we gonna tell me that she fell out of love? You told me you were upset at my decision, but you didn't tell me that you fell out of love.
Right, it's two different things.
It's a different thing when you say, I knew she was upset.
That's why I keep focusing on that, because that's big.
Right.
I fell out of love.
Right,
like,
I knew she was upset,
big.
but I was like, you stopped loving me though?
Right, like,
that's different.
Big.
Because
that's
I continuously loved you. So he's trying to find the medium to say, okay, I fell out of love with you, I still love you, I want to recapture that, but what do I do going forward to make sure that she cares about herself but doesn't resent me? He wants her to care about herself but not resent him. He still wants her to care but not fall back to the point where it's like, fuck him. Because when somebody you love tells you be selfish, it's like, I'm doing this for you. I didn't quit my job and pursue bigger endeavors for myself. I personally felt that I was putting myself in a better position to win financially long term for us. And I was being selfish, you know? Because my first job, I was a company man. I said, I'm with this dope woman. I'm going to be a company man and do it. But when the company man shit didn't work, I said, fuck, I'm going to go someplace different. I'm not saying, for her situation, I'm not saying that's what she's doing, but he did say, I've tried to support her passion.
I wish I had more detail on
how you support
his level of support.
Correct.
Because like I said, what may be supportive to him may not translate to her as support.
I'll say this. I'm a little skewed on that, because the fact that he even went this far, men don't go this far. Men don't express emotions. We just talked about this.
Right.
Where it's cultural and we want to change that, yes. But right now in today's day and age, men do not express emotion. You looked at as a bitch. You looked at as, what the fuck is wrong with you? Looked at as, boss up, my nigga. Handle that shit. What's the answer? Handle that shit.
Adana said, there is a possibility that someone is going to get offended in a conversation, but understanding that your partner wouldn't say shit to intentionally hurt you is important in trying to comprehend exactly what they're saying. That's big on both sides. In the person that's giving the critique and the person that's receiving it. Understand that it's not to hurt you. And that's where you ask the question of how do we have that conversation. It's where two people are mentally ready to intake and give that information. If you know that your partner is not mentally ready, that's going to fall on deaf ears. That's now your partner's responsibility to elevate and say, listen, I have to be able to hear where my partner is coming from because their word is valid. What they have to say in their opinion is valid. I'm not the only person in this relationship. And until you get to that point, it's not going to work. So we don't know this girl. We don't know how she intakes information. She could be this wonderful woman this way, but she could be like, nah, you can't say nothing to me. You can't critique me. I'm going to take it as heartbreaking or whatever the case may be. So that's all the information that's not in the SS or whatever. But if you do have a woman that you feel that you can spark a conversation about that way, like, yo, babe, I know you could be dope. I know you could be this. You do da-da-da-da. I feel like starting a conversation with pointing out everything that makes her amazing and how you can see her elevating is a great starting point. It's a great point to be like, listen, you're a designer or whatever, right? I've seen your sketches. I know for a fact these other designers don't have nothing on you. All you need to do is have this one break. You can do, right? That's it. We want to hear that you believe in us the way we believe in us.
Now you make it sound so simplistic.
It's not. It's not simplistic. It's not simple.
That's the problem. Now make it sound simplistic in these conversations.
You asked for what can be done. I'm giving you an example of what can be done.
That's true, but you also have to flip it. Now that's what can be done, and we actually do something like that. What's the reaction that we're getting?
That's up to you and your partner.
I feel like nothing is hard to do. You can't keep saying that, you can't do it.
Equally yoked.
Time on that.
Can we agree that truth is not as easy as we think it is.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So
hell yeah.
when we say nothing is too easy, we're kind of lying about. You know, why don't you just come and talk to me? That's some bullshit.
That's some
Nobody wants to be
view.
told you're not doing your job.
ever.
Okay. No one wants to be told.
But you have to come. You cannot come with, yo, boss up. No, you have to come with. This is why I'm saying what I'm saying, because I saw this, and this is the example,
you have to
and this
know
is
your
what you exactly.
But can I say this? Not to get too intricate and not to put, me and you in the light. But when you asked me that question the other day, because we did talk about this prior to this podcast, and I felt like I was repeating myself because I felt like I've mentioned this specifically for months, years, probably about a year and a half, at least 2 years. Not to put us in the light, but it's something that it bothered me because it bothered me because
I'm gonna explain that.
right. What I'm saying is you're giving a response where it's like, yeah, do this and yeah, do that and yeah, do this and yeah, do that. We've had this conversation for years.
To springboard off of that, right? The exact conversation that was had was, hey, it was, not to get too intricate into it, but the example was, hey, I feel like you put us over yourself. I feel like you're not focused on, at that point, I have an event planning business or whatever. You felt that I wasn't as focused on advancing that or building that brand because we just had a baby and I'm focused on the family and I'm focused on whatever the case may be. I'm not focused on building that brand. I had to then let you know
it's also with your career too.
That the career, we just don't agree with certain things because I feel like I am advancing my career. You are just a type of person that is, you're gonna take and not take advantage. You're opportunistic or whatever. So we just see things differently in that aspect, and that's fine. That's whatever. You need yin and yang. Now, with that specific situation, you felt that I should, let's take career. I was offered a position. I was offered a promotion. But with that promotion, it would entail me traveling damn near 2.5 weeks a month. I have a 1-year-old child. I have a 10-year-old child. I cannot now say, you know what? Let me just leave them home with their father and do this because of the money aspect of it, where I make a great salary already.
First question on that is why not? Am I inadequate? Hold on. First question is why not? Am I inadequate enough not to watch the kids? That's the first question. Second question is how much money is it? Because the money dictates how much leeway you give. Let me ask you a question. If I told you, yo, I'm gonna tell you jump off a plane for $1 million, what you gonna tell me? No. Right? You don't have enough information.
Right.
You ain't asking no questions. Mm-hmm. But if I told you the plane was on the ground, mattresses stacked up to the ceiling, jump off that same plane for $1 million, you're doing backflips. Right?
The circumstances are extenuating depending on
what it is. So hold on. If there's enough money in it, it might make sense. Traditionally, if you're getting $5 grand a year, boom. $5 grand a year is nothing. $5 grand a year is about $50 a check. Nobody's doing all these backflips for $50 a check. Can we agree? Right? But if you're telling me I'm getting an extra $1,000 a check, hold on now.
Right.
That's a little bit. Hold on. That's life changing. Life changing. Couple that with the fact that you said the first thing you're saying is, yo, leaving them with the father. You're saying that the father's inadequate, like he can't handle the kids.
Has nothing to do with that. That's what I'm saying. It has not. Go ahead.
But why you can't trust me?
Has nothing to do with that.
Chantel, and then I'm gonna go after.
I don't think it has to deal with you not being able to do your job correctly. It's a sacrifice. It's like, It's like.
These are formative years.
Yeah,
these are formative years with my children.
But this is why there's a pay gap in America between women and men. And this is my thing. I'm a big financial person, right? I'm a huge financial person.
That's the thing.
Hold on. I'm talking about in terms of topics like this, where the women gap gets crazy and gets stagnant around 28 to 35. Why? Because that's when women start families.
You see, that's the difference between you two.
Hold on. But what I'm saying,
let him articulate his point first before we start interjecting, because I want to hear this.
Between 28 and 35, this is when women start families. This is when the pay gap starts to spread like this, right? Women get stagnant with their pay.
Why? Because you have 10 months of pregnancy. You take time off, you need about a year of recovery. That's about, let's round it off to 2 years. 2 years of just boom, gap. Loss of experience. No opportunity for promotion. You gotta come back. Sometimes you gotta come back and take a lower position to show yourself again to get back to the position that you were prior to. While as a man, you're taking every opportunity that comes. Right? Now, if the man in your relationship is telling you, hey, you know what? Let me help out. I can handle it. Let me attempt. Let me try. Put me in the game, coach. You're essentially saying no. You didn't give a thought. There was no thought. It was an immediate no. No thought. And then you're also going to say, you know what? I'm also not going to take that next position. So there's a loss on both sides. Because you're trying, at least in the male's perspective, you're going to try, at least new day and age males, you're going to try to help. And then on the back end, we're going to lose out on the money. Now, not saying that this specific position fit us. Not saying that this specific promotion is for us as a family. But this is just a situation and an underlying topic that this is what happens. And as a woman, that if you're in a situation where you can take advantage of, for you to say, you know what, I'll pass. You know, I'm not going to give it an attempt. You're not going to risk it a little bit to get further in life. Let's be honest. What's the main difference between all 5 of us here? We all live similar. We all live in Brooklyn. We all go to the same places, look for the same sales. We all shop at fucking Old Navy. You know what I'm saying? Bro, hold on. We're not even gonna talk about you. But at the same time, none of us here are living an above average lifestyle where it makes another one of us feel inadequate or whatever the case would be. We're all living the same type of way. So if you're taking that risk to get maybe a half a step up, why the fuck not?
I took a $20,000 a year opportunity annually more. I turned that down for the sake of my relationship because the position would have put me in Atlanta, and I would have to work in Atlanta for almost 6 months to a year without kids before I got an opportunity to come back to New York. So I understand what G is saying. It's a calculated risk. So where you say,
and I did my risk versus reward. It didn't mean that to me.
So from his standpoint, as far as you being co-parents, he's saying, I'm willing to sacrifice that for you to take that risk for us to win in the back end.
But I don't discount that. But I felt that the money was not enough for that.
Right.
That's where the disconnect was.
So what she's saying,
you get what I'm saying?
In layman's terms, it's a movie the dude said, is the juice worth the squeeze? What I'm missing out on isn't worth the fight.
These are formative years for my children.
Each situation, but formative years could go from now till 18. When does it turn? Hold on, that's a very important question. When is it like, all right, maybe I could take a position where I could travel a little bit more? And let's be honest, certain travel is not the same. You were staying in Atlanta. That's not traveling, my nigga. You relocated. Travel is going and coming back.
Right. There's a difference.
There's a huge difference. How much money would you need per year, realistically,
for it to be worth it?
Wait. Let me make you a question. They offer you $20,000 to relocate. What if they told you were staying in Atlanta for 1 week, then you come back to New York for a week, then you go back to Atlanta for a week? Would that $20,000 make a difference?
Yeah.
Would you have taken it for $20,000?
Of course, to go back and forth. Yes, but to relocate completely, no.
Right.
Because I felt like so now what she's saying.
I'm gonna get to your question, and then I read it.
I felt like our relationship wasn't strong enough for me to leave.
Handle that.
For me to leave.
Why? Why?
Because what me and her had, wasn't like we had issues. So I'm like, if I leave for a month, 2 months, 6 months, a year, are you still down?
When does a relationship never have issues? When does a relationship not have issues?
I'm not saying don't have issues. What I'm saying is, there's a difference between saying we're solid and I can leave for 6 months and that 6 months don't matter, to we have issues we haven't worked out. And that 6 months could be detrimental. You see how people in the military, they have kids and stuff like that. I mean, they be like, yo, this dude got a side chick.
6 to 8 months.
6 months. Yo, sometimes that
their child.
They don't see their child being born.
Right. Sometimes that military tour, 6 to 8 months, that 1 year could go to 2, 3 years, and you have to try to break it down to a woman.
By herself.
Right, babe. But think about what we're going to gain in the long run. And she's not hearing that because she's like, you're not here, you're not present. So while you could have been like, yo, babe, I got us, she could be like, yo, but I'm missing my children. So,
but like she said, she will be back multiple times.
Right.
It's not relocating because going away on tour is a relocation.
But she felt like the back and forth wasn't worth it either, and I get that. Like, it's not. Is it worth?
But like you said, you would have done for $20,000.
I would have done back for $20,000. Yes, for increase annually $20K, I would have done.
But him by himself.
For me, I don't have kids.
Of course. So now let me say, I can't say if you had kids, would you do it for 30, 40, 50? But you get what I'm saying. There's a cost amount where you turn around and you say, well, you know what? This is still beneficial.
Right.
And I feel like that the fact that there's not enough trust in your partner. That has everything to do with it. If you trusted, you would have done it eyes closed.
But that goes back to my original point, Tash. My original point was, I'm not saying this is your situation. My original point was, I wasn't confident in our relationship.
Right. Yeah, that was yours. Yes.
Your situation is
different.
She felt like the formidable years of her infant daughter.
Right. It wasn't about you. It got nothing to do with you.
It was, so as while you take it as, yes, they go for the bag, she's saying, wait, I'm going to miss out on a chunk. Not saying not, but I understand what you're saying.
Hold on, I might be naive. Let me say this. I might be very naive. But I can ask everybody in this room, what was your first memory? And you're not going to tell me 1 year old. You're not going to tell me 2 years old.
No.
You might say 3.5 the earliest.
You've done it.
But that's her.
Hold on. You might say 3. Hold on. You might say 3.5.
It's not about you.
It's not. All right. I'm gonna ask the question.
Right.
But do y'all understand each other's position? Yes, I understand his position, which is why I understand what motivates him. Money motivates Gary.
Right.
So that's why he's looking. I'm not. All right. I understand your position. Money motivates him. He's like, listen, we can use this extra money to do this, and this. He's not wrong in that position, but my position is just different.
Right.
It doesn't make it wrong or right. It's just different. What motivates me is different. If Anna was 4 or 5 years old, I would have definitely thought about it different.
Right.
But nobody's gonna take care of my kids the way I do.
Right.
And I'm looking at it as a mother. I'm like, I do not want to miss these years.
Don't say nothing. Because now I know where his hurt is coming from. When you said no one's gonna raise my child like I will.
Because I want to be there.
Wait. I said I understand his hurt, where it comes from, where he's like,
he's still daddy.
I'm daddy. So when you say no one's gonna raise like I do, you're saying you're also including him. You're not saying mom, grandma, babysitter. You're also including him in that dynamic. No, you said no one.
No, I understand.
Okay, so where his hurt pain point is coming from is saying when you say no one, Josh, you're also saying me.
I stand by it. Now,
right. So you're right. So you're also saying me. So that's what the pain point is. When you say when we talk about ultimates and definites, and this is the thing I've learned. We speak in definite language. We have to understand who we're including in that dynamic. And
that's fine. I definitely agree with not everything deserves to have an absolute statement.
Right.
What I'm saying to you is no one in this world, including you, are those children's mother. Can we agree that a mother's love is unparalleled? A mother's love is unyielding.
It's also blinding.
It is. Because I've given up a lot of opportunities for my firstborn.
There's a lot of women who give unconditional love to their kids, and their kids are serial killers. And they robbers.
No, you absolutely right.
We could also say that for the single woman that raised their woman, shout out to y'all because y'all doing a damn good fucking job most of the time. That's number one. But can we also say that it would help having a father?
The dynamic is different.
Having a father in the situation.
Right.
And if a father, let's be honest, women complain about, like, what was the stigma before? Men. It's always the men. You have a man willing to stand up, and it's not even given thought.
Right.
Not even a blink of an eye. Not even a second to say, you know what? Maybe you could handle it. Hold on.
That doesn't mean I don't have faith in your ability to handle it. That means that I want to be there to raise the kids that I created. How am I wrong for that?
Because it's going to come back.
We are.
You know what you just said? You didn't create it by yourself. It's we.
No, it has nothing to do with that. No, but I'm the one leaving. That's why I have to say that. Because I'm the one leaving.
Time out. Again, language. Guys, one thing. We talk about love language, but language. When you say I and you say me, you're excluding him.
That's not. It's not. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with it.
Tosh.
What does that mean?
You're on your square. What you're saying, no matter if you don't feel that way, what you're saying is I and me. You're not saying we. You said what I created. It takes two to create a child.
I feel like that doesn't apply to this situation. I'll tell you why.
How does that
No, because one thing we have to realize, when we have these conversations, everybody has pain points.
Yeah.
So his pain point is saying, I'm excluded. Your pain point is saying that I personally feel like a mother's love and what I contribute is more valuable than what he brings to the table.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
So break it down.
Right, that's what, if I'm allowed to.
So
That's what I'm saying is I'm not taking anything away from him because he's a great father. I never displace him. No, anybody can ask me a question. Gary is a wonderful father. He cares about these children exponentially.
So there's a but.
What I'm saying about me, I'm talking about me. I am in my bubble. That's why this decision was made by me for me. Because what's important to me is me being there for these children.
I don't think that this is something that we'll ever agree on.
No, but I gotta call a semi-BS, not a full BS, a semi-BS. Because here what? Where do the kids go on the weekend? They're not with us. Where are the kids now? They're not with us. You put them in other people's hands on a normal basis. We put them in other people's hands. Hold on. We put them in other people's hands on a normal basis. Which essentially is saying you trust them in these situations. Currently, yes, of course, currently. What I'm saying is, hey, trust me in this situation. And you're saying
different mindset. Right. You're here and when you're away.
But here's the difference. We're talking about it's not relocation where you're gone.
These
on
kids
tour.
aren't with us for 2 days, but we're still in the same city. I'm not in Pennsylvania. I'm not in Virginia. I'm not 3 states away from my children. I can hop in the car and be there in 15 minutes, or I can walk upstairs. It's not the same thing.
And I get that dynamic. But what I'm saying is, when you say me and I understand what you're saying, again, we talk about pain points. The confidence, do you have confidence in your partner enough?
And the fact that you didn't blink an eye shows that you don't.
Can say, so that you can say, I can step away from this situation. I have confidence in my partner to fulfill his necessary role, which you say he does well when you're not here. Because let's say, for example, you don't go away, let's say you get sick, and you have to be bedridden. Let's say you can't do what you do. You can't get up out and carry an IV and carry like, oh no, you can't do it. Right. So that's what I'm saying. So when we talk about these things about dynamics, you have to understand that once we start saying I and me and not we and us, we're taking away from the dynamic.
Sharon made a great point. She said, I feel like Tasha is saying, as her children's mother, she wants to be there to help raise alongside Gary and also experience their milestones.
It's not
I do not view financial gain or financial different, well, let's say gain in the same, I don't hold it in the same regard as he does. That's why he won't see it the same way that I see it.
What about the fathers?
And that's okay.
What about the fathers who go for the financial gain so that the woman can live comfortably with her kids, but she feels like he's missing out on the things that matter to the woman?
But that's what it means to him as a father. If he tells me, yo, I'm not gonna take a promotion because it's gonna take me away from my children, I have no choice but to respect that.
Right.
Because I get it.
The opposite. I'm going to see this promotion because I feel like this will benefit my children.
And I respect that too.
But I'm going.
No.
I respect that too, and I'll tell you why.
Don't say that.
Gary,
don't say that. Because we talked about this many times where it's like, yo, we talked about this just the other day. Me taking this job that I have now. I used to drop Victoria to school and pick up from school, have time to talk to her individually, one-on-one, and get a different perspective of
and that hasn't been worked around, correct?
Hold on, no, it hasn't. We're figuring out ways, but look, the difference between Victoria when I was dropping her off and when I was picking her up has changed. Did we not have the incident with the bus? Did we not have the incident with her homework? It has changed.
So can you see why she does need the person? I mean, you actually making my point.
No, what I'm saying to
hey,
you,
my child's attitude has changed. You just made my point for me. You just gave an example of how our daughter's attitude and how she's moved has changed since you stopped doing that. So you just highlighted how important your role is in her life.
But what I'm
you just highlighted it.
What I'm trying to also say is, hey, guess what? I can figure it the same way that you feel like your Mamiana and you can figure that out no matter what. I feel that same fucking confidence. Let me show that. Allow me to show that. Put me in the game. Give me that chance. Give me that opportunity. Don't just shut it down because you're saying no. There was no thought. That's my problem. There was absolutely no thought. You didn't even consider that, hey, Gary can do this.
It's a give and take.
That's my beef. That's my beef.
You're here's what
how am I not going in? But how am I not going?
You're internalizing this as me not having faith in your abilities as a father when this has nothing to do.
Did you think about it?
But time out. Wait.
It's all about these children.
Did you think about it?
But here's what I'm saying. We already established where everybody's at, right? But when I say pain points, no matter how you feel, that's his pain point. It's saying that it's not saying Tash, don't say that to me. It's Tash, believe in me. Don't speak. Have faith in me. I understand what you're saying. I'm not disagreeing. Again, we have these conversations. Understand, I acknowledge Tasha's pain point. I acknowledge Gary's pain point. Where we're going to further the conversation is saying we both acknowledge the pain points. Where's the healthy medium? His pain point is, give me a shot. Your pain point is, I don't even want to give the opportunity for my children, not for Gary, for my children to feel left out. Because in the situation, like you said,
it's the children.
Right. So what she's saying is, the situation where you couldn't do your job and how Victoria felt is what she's afraid of. What you're saying is, what you're afraid of, I feel I can handle even when you're gone.
And my rebuttal to that is, especially for the youngest one, you say milestones, right? Somebody brought up milestones on IG. Every fucking birthday is a fucking milestone. Every this and that is a fucking milestone. Hold on, as kids, milestones happen every fucking time. You're gonna miss some of them.
Something's gonna get missed. And
you gonna miss some of them.
Fathers miss more
than women
because of the way society in America structures, paternity leave,
right? Some vacation days,
right? Yeah, it's structured different. So there are gonna be things a lot. The fathers miss births. Fathers miss being in the delivery room. That's the first thing. Like, a lot of times people say, I can't even be in the delivery room because I had to work. My job wouldn't give me a chance to work. And then that part where you are dealing with postpartum, you are dealing with breastfeeding, and I gotta go back to work. Somebody has to make the bread. You know what I mean? So these are the pain points that we're talking about.
So my thing is,
I feel like we're looking at it at a macro level, but my brain is looking at it at a micro level. Because I'm like, listen, this amount of money that they offering me is not me worth that. You understand what I'm saying?
But I did say that in the beginning. If it was only like a little $5,000 a year, I completely agree. But if we're talking something significant where it changes your lifestyle,
so I got a question
but this much, yes.
Did you feel like the money was worth it?
Oh, 100%.
Okay, so that's what it is. So Gary felt like the money was worth it. He felt like money wasn't. Okay, so now my question now on you, Tash. What dollar amount is worth it?
The dollar amount, and we had this conversation. If it wasn't $30,000 or more, I didn't feel like it was worth it.
So now
because I make a great salary, I didn't.
So now you know. So fuck everything else. Now you know the number.
My question is,
hold on. Now you know the number.
My question is, wasn't it 30,000?
No, it wasn't. No. I told you I wasn't absolute on the number. Right. I got the number.
Right. So now. That's personal. That's personal.
Like what the fuck? What
I'm saying
it makes a difference.
What I'm saying is, that's personal. What I'm saying is, but now you know the number. Now you know when the number comes up. It shouldn't be no question.
But I said that to him during that conversation too, though. I said what my number was.
Right.
Like we had this conversation, and me and him actually agreed on the actual number. Like, all right, Tasha, if you is 30, like
25, 30, I'm
and we were both on the same page, and I'm like, all right, well that makes sense.
Here's the thing.
That number isn't that.
But you didn't tell me that because I thought it was. We calculated off that. That's why I'm like, so what is the number? That's why I brought that question up. All I'm saying is this. It's the same thing how I told you, remember how the conversation when we had about Anna, about when you first told me. Mm-hmm. No choice, no option, no thought, no nothing. I was not inputted into the decision. This was not a we decision. This was a me decision. A me decision doesn't work in a we situation. That's why.
So Adonis said it's not about Anna, it's about Tash not wanting to be away. So,
but men don't want to be away, but they have to be away for work.
Right. Like so, this is a different dynamic. There's a different dynamic, and I'll give women this because you carry, nurture, feel. Let me say something about chemical, scientific, electrodes, whatever. I'm going to give women the benefit all the time 100%. Because we don't carry the child.
100%.
Okay. 100%. But if we want to break it down scientifically, we'll do some hotep shit about the pineal gland and the sperm come from the spine and go down your back and go down your nut and blah, blah. We can go on that bullshit all day. What I'm saying is, I understand where women are coming from because that carrying, that, like you said, 10 months, we can't understand it. There's nothing that we can do can understand it. But what women don't understand is
it could change your fucking life.
That too. But what women don't understand is what the next one limits.
It's a different emotional connection.
That we will go.
It's a different emotional connection.
We will go overseas for 6 figures if it means my child under the pole, my child's in college, my child has no
private
nigga
school.
for nothing.
We think with different parts of our bodies when it comes to our children. I'm thinking with my heart. I'm thinking with, okay, this is the child that lived inside of me
especially
for all this time.
Especially as a black man.
Getting the opportunity. Just get the opportunity.
Especially as a black man. When we see guys like, look,
I agree.
Look at Eric Garner. Eric Garner was selling cigarettes for his kids. That man was willing to risk his freedom for his children. It cost him his life. So our thought process is, I will risk my life if I can leave enough bread behind for my woman and my child. Look at Nipsey. Nipsey said, yo, $1 million life insurance on my flesh, nigga. He made sure the stuff he left behind was good for Lauren. His legacy is going to feed his children, his wife forever. How many men can say the same thing? I love my job. I have life insurance. If I go away, whoever's my beneficiary gets $250,000. Don't try to kill me. I'm just letting y'all know.
You still
But I take pride in that. My job take care of me if anything happens. Not a lot of people could say that working at Target, working at McDonald's, or even saying you freelance. I'm DJing. I'm selling this. I'm doing that. There's no insurance policy for that. You know what I mean? You gotta be a real job behind that. So the lengths that we're willing to go for our children and for our spouses, I think men are willing to go further because we know.
But then I made a statement, and it's very true.
Nurture.
Your thought process, as in men, your thought process is to provide. Our thought process is to nurture.
Nurture, facts.
We will not see eye to eye.
Hold on. Can we agree that in today's day and age, women are now the breadwinners more often than the men are? And if the women are the breadwinners, you have to be the breadwinner. You have to act as if you're the breadwinner. And if you are the breadwinner, you have to move that way. And if you're not moving that way, then you're keeping the family stagnant.
It does. You're absolutely right. It has to be a compromise. There has to be a middle ground. It can't be, all right, now you're going to play the role of a man, I'm going to play the role of a woman. No. It doesn't. It's not cut and dry like that.
You know why? You know why? Because we can't carry a child within us. We can never duplicate what y'all go through.
That's what it comes down to.
They say, I forgot the actual numbers, but they say the pain is broken out in actual numbers, and that a woman experiences giving birth is in comparison to being shot.
Oh, the pain tolerance, the decimals,
there's actual numbers.
That shit hurt, bro.
So as much as we talked about all the stuff about being there, holding my hand, all that stuff, I can never.
You can just be support. You can't feel it.
You can't feel it. That's why it's easy for a man to fuck, have a baby, and leave, and a woman can't do that. So that's why people always look at like we opened up with the lady and the child. What's she opened up on? And what's the first thing we said?
That's why.
How could you?
As a that's why I connect to stories like that because I'm like, yo, why would we even go through that process? Because you're changing your body and you're literally giving up your body for this specific period of time, and then after just to kill that child. So what was the point?
And I want all my men out there to look up what happens to a woman's body when she's pregnant.
It's a lot.
Please do. Please do.
It's a lot of leakage.
It's a lot.
There's no way we could describe it.
It's a brain.
You gotta educate yourself.
Everything.
No, he's talking about physical stuff.
Physical.
And I give him that too. And I don't want to discredit it because when I was pregnant with Anna, he did the research. And down to now, he still does the research. Be like, yo, she's 16 months. It said that she should be doing this.
Right.
She said that da-da-da-da. So I never discredit him as a father, ever. But I want you to understand my position as their mother, that I am always going to put their well-being first. Especially if it's all right. If we catching our ass and we piss poor, and this is a $30,000 increase, I'm gonna look at it differently than we good. We good.
So then
we're not piss poor.
Then you're happy being stagnant. I can't live like that.
No, it's not.
You're stagnant. You're happy where you're at. What do we say when you're doing something that you love or whatever the kid it could be doing any type of work. You're DJing, you're doing this, you're doing that, or whatever. Don't be happy where you're at. Keep going for more. We say that for everything else. Why not this?
Because the difference, I think the difference that comes to this point, and this is where the men falter with this difference, is because the bottom line matters to us the most. everything that's given.
Because without money, everything costs money in this life. To breathe costs money.
Right.
To breathe costs money. And if you're telling me you're gonna shy away from money, now again, like I said, in your situation, relocating for 20,000, I wouldn't do it. I personally wouldn't do it.
Not for 20,000, but 20,000 increase.
$20,000 increase.
I should have did it, but I wanted to say for the relationship.
But whatever. All I'm saying is for you know, relocate the situations where it doesn't make sense. The finances don't correspond with what you have to do. I get that, but we look at that. For example, I'm not gonna get out my house.
Slow progress is better than no progress.
Yeah, that's fantastic. But
it's true though.
Yeah, that's true. Good quote. Move on. What I'm saying is $20,000 or whatever. For example, you're a DJ or whatever. I'm a DJ. I don't get on my bed for anything less than 200 or somewhere around that area, and for like 2 hours. You know what I'm saying? So there's a cost to everything. There's a cost to when you're like, yo, this makes sense.
It depends where you're at in life, because what you said, I don't get out of bed for less than 200. But if the other money wasn't good, you get out of bed.
You get out of bed for $80.
Of course. But like I said, that's why I said, yo, all of us kind of live a similar lifestyle. We all, except for this clown who said he don't go to Old Navy, but we all shop at the same BJ's.
I'm a clown guy like Old Navy.
We all, Zara, whatever.
Quality clothing.
Whatever. None of us here is up here, or the next one ain't down here. We all are in the middle. And if you're given an opportunity to go from the middle, that average that we're all fighting at, and try to get out of it.
It's hard for us in our position to turn down checks. To be like, yo, I'm making 30.
Especially when it changes your life.
50?
When it changes your life, if it changes your life. Let me ask you a question. Your job gives you an extra $1,000 a week. Your life is gonna change.
Whoa, yeah, I'm driving. Yo, listen, I'm in the Benz. Extra 1,000?
A week.
Holla at me. Y'all know where I work. Extra 1,000?
A week.
A week? Nigga, I'm in a Benz. I'm in a flying spur. I'm in something.
It changes your life.
That's the dynamic that is important, though.
Why wouldn't you want to change your life? Especially if you could what you're changing your life for. Essentially, you have to finance these kids.
Yeah, Taylor got something to say.
Oh, I'm sorry. My bad. Mr. I don't go to Old Navy. Ass nigga.
Can we like wrap up for them, like whatever it is that this just last hour actually was?
Compromise.
So now back to the SS and Homeboy.
Yes.
We established that he does want to stay.
Yes.
And we established that he does want to help her find herself and
have
love
that tough
herself.
Conversation. You have to have that tough conversation.
My advice to you,
blunt but not disrespectful,
bro. And it's somebody who wished he had this from the woman he was with and he loved. Talk to your woman. Be honest. I love you. I fell out of love. This is why. I'm not leaving. I'm not going nowhere. But I will. Because back in my mind, I was like, I asked her, you cheating on me? I had to ask her, yo, you fucking somebody else? Because if you said from this point, 8 months ahead, that you fell out of love for me, and we were still fucking and going out and eating and chilling, you could be doing whatever you want. Cause if you could not love a nigga and still be with him for 8 months, you had to have something lined up for when you escape. So
I agree with that,
bro. If you got something lined up, be real with
you were planning to have something lined up. I agree with that.
Be real, because you want to save the salvages.
If you could tell me for 8 months you didn't love me, but you was still going through the motions.
That means you could walk.
Yeah, you're a serial killer. You
have to have that awkward conversation.
Right.
You got to be blunt, not disrespectful. I ain't gonna hold you. My job, I do sales. And in sales, I have to ask the hard conversations that make people on my table look at me and look at them and ask if I'm crazy. Because if I don't get a sale. I sell vacations, which is, let's be honest, it's smoke. What is vacations? Vacations is what you make it. Vacations is what you make it. But I have to give you that dream and let you understand, here's where you guys at. If I'm looking at a family that is married, only been married for 3 years, but they're 25 years old, and y'all been married for 3 years, I gotta talk to them and say, they might tell me, I'm not gonna buy a vacation package because X, Y, and Z. I could do this, I could do that, You know what? I gotta sit there and have the conversation and say, listen, y'all gonna have kids, right? When you have kids, what you gonna do? Point to the girl. What you gonna do? You gonna work while you're pregnant? No, I'm gonna take off. Exactly, right? But you still gonna go on vacation though, right? And you have to have
the hard knock conversations. You gotta drive the point.
Can't be afraid to have those.
You can't be afraid to have those conversations, and that's where I will leave that, and that's how I'll wrap up this segment. But anyway, for all the over there and all the over there, big up yourself.
Big up. Thank you for rocking with us for so
goddamn long.
So long.
We had a good podcast.
Yes, it was a great dialogue, and we appreciate you guys in the XY.
I need this man back, bro, because listen,
Chronicles podcast group.
Andrew did very well.
And we appreciate all of our viewers on YouTube, SoundCloud, whatever other platform. I don't know. Taylor handles that. Whatever other platform we're on, we appreciate you guys so much.
Sports segment coming up next. You about to talk about motherfucking Carmelo.
Yo, follow me on Instagram, B.
You got Instagram?
Hell, you got Instagram.
You said you got Instagram?